Hey everybody, today we're going to learn about external layouts and how you can use these to create new levels to your game. This is a really easy way to make new levels without having to copy all of your code and have lots of different scenes that have pretty much the same code. Okay, so here I'm using the Breakout template from GDevelop, and I'm using that because they already have some external layouts built into it. So let's see what those look like. So here we have a main menu, and we have the game scene. Notice there's some UI stuff on it, but there are no bricks or anything in the game. But if I go here and I hit preview, then it loads all these bricks. Okay, hit space to start. Move your paddle, the ball bounces off bricks. Okay, so that's how the game works. But where did all those bricks come from? I don't see them. And if I preview it again, oh, they're in a different layout. Weird. Okay. So this is how it's creating these things. You might think they're hidden somewhere. They kind of are. But here in the events for the game, at the beginning of the scene, do all this stuff, some variables, and then there's this include events from random block creator. So this is like another page of code. So if I click this, it opens it up. Here's random block creator, and look at this, beginning of the scene, do some stuff with some variables, and then you have this thing, create objects from the external layout named brick layout plus toString random in range 1, 5. So what does that mean? Well, that means we're going to use an external layout, which I'll show you in a second, and it's going to be named brick layout. It has that in quotes, so it'll have those words in it, and then plus, meaning we're going to add a number after that, and the number will be random between 1 and 5. Okay, so now if I come here to my menu and I look at my scenes, there's the normal scenes, menu, game, and then down here, external layouts. Look at that, brick layout 1, brick layout 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to create something named brick layout and something between the number 1 and 5. So it'll choose one of these randomly and create those bricks. So if I click brick layout 1, that's what that looks like. Brick layout 2, 3, 4, and 5. And notice when I click each of those, see how all the stuff over here is identical? For 3, 2, 1, all of the objects are the same. It's because they all share the same objects with the game scene. And if I add a new object here, let's say we want some new character that we're going to use. Smiley guy. There's our new object. Hit apply. Okay, there's smiley guy in our game scene. What about brick layout? Oh, there he is. Brick layout 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our object. So they share everything. The code is all shared. The variables are all shared. So that way you can do whatever you want with designing your levels, and you don't have to copy and paste all the objects, all your characters and whatever. Okay, it shares it all. So that's pretty cool. Let's try creating some new levels and using them. So first I'm going to close all these ones so it doesn't clog up my screen. Then I'm going to go here. I could just create a new one, but in this case I'm just going to duplicate one of these and then mess around with that. So hit the dots there, hit duplicate. Since they're in sequential numbered, it just automatically added a 6 to that one. Okay, brick layout 6. It is currently identical to number 5. So let's go to 6 and let's mess around with this a little bit. Looks kind of messy, just so it'll be obvious when this one gets chosen. All right. Now let's look at the code here for the random block creator. So right now that level will never get chosen because it's not in between the number 1 and 5. So let's increase that so there's got a chance, but still it's between 1 and 6. It might take me a few tries to even see that level. So I'm gonna instead put in a menu where you can choose what level you want to play. How about that? That'd be a nice way to do this. So let's make a new scene here. Well, first of all, before I do that, we want to go here, global variables. Okay, go to menu, global variables. I want to add a variable. We'll call it current level, number 0. So this variable, we're going to use this once we choose what level. This is where we're going to save the level that we wanted to create. Okay, so I applied that. Now we want a new scene, and we'll call this level select. All right. Now, if I wanted this to match the background color, that could be cool. It's not hard to do that. Just choose the color, copy that, and then come over here, level select, paste that. There, same background color. Then we'll just add a quick text thing. Okay, so that'll come up on the screen. Next, we need some buttons. Do I need 6 different buttons? I want to be able to choose between all the levels, but I'm only going to create 1 button. I'll show you why. Scene objects. Let's go panel sprite button. I'll choose one of these big ones like that. Gray button, and let's rename it to level button. I like to rename things so the name matches what they are doing. Okay, and right now it just says button, but let's add a variable to this. So if I go here, edit object, behaviors, that's fine, variables, add variable, and we'll call it level number 0. Okay, so now when I see this, see how it says level, and I can change this one if I want. But first, let's just copy this, paste, 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 paste. Now I've got 6 of them. And I could like turn on the grid and make them all look nice. I'm not going to make you watch me do that. So now I need to change the variable for each one of these. So I'll go here, change that to level 1. If you can't see the properties here, it's this little pencil thing, right? Then I select this one. This one still has the default variable value. So I'll change that to 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, it's got 6 buttons. Why did I give these all these different variables? And I don't want them to all just say button. So let's fix that. Here we go. Level select events. Add a new event. So now we can add a condition, and we want scene at the beginning of the scene. Then I need to add a sub event below that. So at the beginning of the scene, because we want to do something to all of these buttons. So let's now hit this plus button for each object. So for all of the level buttons, I will add an action, and I want to change what the level button says. So I select a level button and label text. That's what I'm looking for. So I want to say the number of the level it's going to send us to. So we'll set it to, and remember how we put those variables in there? So I'm not going to put anything inside the quotes, but I want to start typing this word, level button, so it brings up the object. We're going to use its own variable. So whatever its own variable is for level, then that's what gets put in the label text. How about that? So that means, Okay, so I hit OK, and so that means this one, it says level 1, so it should, the label should be replaced with the number 1. That should say 2, 3, 4. Let's see if it works. Preview. Very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, nothing happens when I click on them. Let's make that work. Level select. Then we need to add a new event. It should not be part of the beginning of the scene stuff because we want you to be able to click on it anytime. So add a new event, condition, so level button, if it is clicked. If it's clicked, what do we want it to do? We want it to change that global variable first of all. Remember how we went over here and global variables, current level, yeah? So we want it to change that. So we're going to add an action and other actions, variables, change variable value. Current level, we want to set it to whatever level that button is. So for value, I'll just start typing button, there it is, level button, and it brings up the options for the button, level. So it'll take the variable for the button, save it in this global current level. Why is this a global variable? It has that little globe symbol there. It's because it's a different scene from all this stuff. So these buttons won't be in the game scene. They're only in this level select scene. But if we save it to a global variable, then any scene can use it or change it if we want to. Okay, so the variable's been saved. Now we want to start a new scene. So let's add action. Scene, change the scene. And we don't know which scene we want to go to. We want it to, oh yeah, we do. We want it to go to game scene. Yeah. And then, yes, stop the paused ones. Okay, so it'll go to the game scene after that. Now, let's see, if I preview it, I click button 6, so it should use our random one that we made. Hey, that's not level 6. That's not the one I made. Well, it's because it's not using this variable for anything yet. So back here in the game events, beginning of scene, random block creator. Remember this guy? There it is. So create objects from external layout, brick layout. Okay. Let's change this. So I'll keep this beginning part. Well, actually, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to show you how you can find this thing elsewhere. So just delete that. Add action. Okay, to find that, you go other actions, scroll all the way down, external layouts, create object from external layout. Okay, there's our command for that. Here it has you choose which layout you want, but we want it to be based on a variable, so I don't want to choose one every time. Use expression instead. There. Now we can type in what we want. So we know they all start with the word brick layout, right? So that will be in quotes, brick layout, and you have to capitalize it exactly how it's written in here. But we don't know the number because that depends on which button you click. So put a plus, and what's the variable called? Current level. Yeah. So whatever current level equals, it'll add that to the word brick layout. All these things you can just put in 0, 0, 0, because that's where it will create the levels. Then hit OK. Alright, now it should work. So brick layout 6 looks like that. Let's open brick layout 3 just so we know. Okay, that one's 3 different columns like that. So if we go to level select and hit preview, I choose level 3, it did it. There's level 3. What about if I choose level 6? There it is. Pretty cool, right? So you can use something like this to create and choose whatever levels you want. You could also add something where if you beat the level, then like down here, game events, where's the end of the game? on fire, game states, gameplay events, winning and losing. So if you win or lose, you could add something to change the level number, go to the next level, whatever you want. But that's good enough for now. So yeah, hope you try out making some of your own external layouts and have fun with that. See you next time.